Hi there, I am still here. Still here cooking the steel cut oats. No. I have not been cooking the steel cut oats for a week. That would be intense, but maybe I'll try it someday. Anyway, today's topic is how to strive. And it's one of my favorite topics because I believe that from my own experiences and the many young people and elders and everyone in between that I've worked with, when we figure out ways to strive, when we figure out our why and we begin striving, life is fun. Life is a lot of fun. And for me, the beauty in striving is that it energizes me. However, I have found in past years that I have always been so focused on striving towards whatever goals or things I wanted to create that I sometimes hit barriers mentally, especially, as in mental exhaustion, sometimes physical exhaustion, although mostly mental here and there. But my MO is to go. My MO has always been to do and create. And I've learned from some great friends and colleagues of mine, mentors of mine. Rick Waymer comes to mind. My wife, Marie Sierra, comes to mind. I've learned from them how to just be and how just being can be a form of self-care, and how when I use more self-care, my striving is now in sprints, in short sprints. So what do I mean by that? It's pretty simple, actually, but for me it's been profound because today I don't get mentally exhausted. I don't get physically exhausted. I work out. I eat much healthier than I used to. There are a lot of variables, but one of the main variables is how I strive. The quality, how I strive, when I strive is different than 20 years ago. 20 years ago, it was 24/7. I'm that kind of person, and I could do it. But I'm finding that I'm getting way more done in shorter amounts of time than I used to, even as recently as 2, 3 years ago. So in a period of 3 hours, I get done what I used to take me a day. Part of it is that I'm much more observant, and I take the time to just be. I take the time to observe and just be. So by being, whether it's cooking some steel cut oats and actually enjoying it, enjoying the fragrance, enjoying the texture change, kind of just checking it out, knowing what it's going to taste like. To a certain degree, I might add some different things. But being in each moment is a form of self-care. Doing nothing is a form of self-care. Now, everything in moderation. I am not suggesting you go out and do nothing forever. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't find that very engaging for my mind. And certainly we want to stay far away from things which create boredom or complacency. But anyway, back to striving. I encourage you to think about, how do you strive? How do you go about, I'm going to assume you have goals and objectives, whatever words you want to use. I don't even use the word goals anymore. I don't have a goals list anymore. I have a grateful list. It's very similar to a goals list, but that's another video. So it's the fact that I now strive like never before, but in short sprints, right? So it's like a 100-meter sprint, and then I kind of chill. Now, the 100-meter sprint might be, or the 100-yard dash, whatever it is, that might equate into I don't know, 3 hour. It might be more like a 3 hour or 2 hour. Although sometimes I'll go for 30 minutes, chill for a bit, and go for 40 minutes and chill for a bit. So there's no way to do it. There's no one way to do it. But what I'm suggesting you do is think about how you strive, the length of time for which you do it, and how you take care of yourself in between, and seeing the doing of less as more, the doing of less as a way that greatly increases our capacity. So when we leave some buffer, some room in between things on our calendar, for me, those moments have turned into magical moments. I'm reading more. I'm having more IPJs, intellectual purpose jams, almost daily with certain people, and sometimes with myself. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I encourage you to strive. I encourage you to do it in healthy ways, and I wish upon you great success. in all your endeavors. See ya, and thanks for hanging out with me.